I think that shocked a lot of people. Going in, I was the underdog and I had no chance, but I proved who I am and I proved what I can do. I went in there and gave it all that I had. I showed some moments of true grit. The fight didn't go in my favor, though I felt I won the fight. I definitely think it at least should have been a draw, but I'm happy the fans ultimately were the winners. It definitely wasn't a dull fight. We traded and boxed and used our skills. I think we did our job. Those are the words of Danny Jacobs, once again speaking in the wake of his loss to Gennady Golovkin. Now, before the fight, I was saying that a lot of the Golovkin fanboys were kind of falling into the same foolish trap that so many fanboys fall into of deriding and almost, taking shots and unnecessary swipes at the opponent and degrading the opponent. Kind of, I can't think of the word I'm specifically looking for, but basically downplaying the ability of the opponent. And by downplaying Jacobs' ability and Jacobs' chances, you're downplaying Golovkin's victory over him. Because look at the way the fight turned out. You guys were saying, and look, I thought Jacobs was going to lose the fight, but I was giving Jacobs credit. I was saying he's dangerous. I was saying he's a very good fighter. I wasn't calling him a jug-eared muppet like some of the Golovkin fanboys were. I was saying Jacobs is serious. And Golovkin, to his credit, was also saying Jacobs is a serious threat. When you degrade the opposition, you degrade the victory of the fighter you support. And look at the way the fight turned out. Well, Golovkin wasn't able to nail Jacobs to the floor like you guys were hoping for and like you expected. Jacobs didn't go out with a whimper. He didn't have any type of issues in terms of his heart. He wasn't afraid of Golovkin in the slightest. He went toe-to-toe with Golovkin quite a few times in the fight and showed defiance. He was talking to Golovkin in there, shouting at him, beating his chest like, I ain't scared of you. You didn't count on that. You didn't bank on that. Is he still a jug-eared muppet? Well, if he's a jug-eared muppet, why didn't Golovkin take him out? No, he's not. He never was. He was always a good fighter. He was always a threat. And on Golovkin's resume, a 12-round UD over Danny Jacobs is a good win, as far as I'm concerned. Now, I don't believe, having watched the fight once, that Golovkin actually did win it, at least in my eyes, watching it once over. But on paper, it's going to go down as a Golovkin win, and that's a good win. It's not a win over some joker, some rubbish fighter. No, it's a win over one of the best middleweights in the world and a very athletically gifted and talented guy, and a very big guy too. So hopefully in future, at least those people who watch my videos and are subscribed to me, they will keep that in mind the next time their fighter who they support goes into a fight, rather than be degrading the opposition and belittling, that's the word I was looking for, belittling the opposition and totally dismissing their chances just because you want to see your guy win so badly. Rather than doing that, it's actually better for your own fighter if you give the opponent credit rather than belittling him. Rather than downplaying his chances. Because if you actually give him credit, then you give the fighter you support more credit if he wins. And also the victory isn't as bad, the defeat, if your fighter loses, isn't as bad because you were going into the fight saying, look, the opponent is dangerous. The opponent is quality. He's not just some joker. So those are my thoughts on that whole situation. Danny Jacobs definitely proved a lot of people wrong, and his stock has definitely risen following the Golovkin fight. Whether you think he won or lost, his stock has definitely gone up, and he has proved 99, maybe not 99% of people, but certainly over 90% of people, especially the Golovkin fans, he proved them wrong with his performance in the Golovkin fight. He certainly proved me wrong. I thought he was going to lose far more convincingly than he did. I thought he was probably going to get stopped. So he proved me wrong, and it proved everybody else wrong too, regardless if you thought you won or lost. So give credit where it's due. Golovkin's giving credit to Danny Jacobs. He's full of praises for Jacobs. That's the sensible thing to do. you know, rather than having a go. You still see these Golovkin fanboys just trying to tear down Danny Jacobs even after the fight, which makes no sense to me for reasons I've already explained. So yeah, drop it below. It's happening. I'm out.